Hi, this is Vlad Solovetski, and I just wanted to record a quick video and give you all update on the session we did, the Sozo session we did with Margaret Nagib early this year. A lot of people asked me whether the session had worked and whether it had lasting results, and the answer to those questions is yes and yes. But let's put more context on that. So I think the best way to gauge or evaluate whether the session like that works is to look at the behavior and the emotions before the session and the years or months that I felt before the session that are related to that head trash piece I was working on, and then take a look at the behavior after and the emotions after the session. And so I don't know if you remember, the thing we worked on was not feeling valuable enough. And for me, that feeling I carried for many, many years, and that's not a nice feeling. It filled me with anxiety and uncertainty about my value, about whether I have enough to share with others, and made me compulsively go and obtain education, training, certifications, learn new professions. And it does sound like maybe it's a good thing, but trust me, when you're driven compulsively and obsessively to do that, and you do it, year after year, and you're on this roller coaster of like, I'm not feeling valuable enough. Let me take a course or a program, feel a little bit better, and then a day later you're still not feeling valuable enough. You're moving on to the next thing. Like this constant hunger for value, which in my case was knowledge and information and experience, drove me to work really hard and study and learn and all those things. But I always felt down. I always felt anxious. I always felt uncertain. One might say I always had low self-esteem in that regard. And so that really quickly changed. Like right immediately after the session, I realized that feeling not valuable enough is no longer true. It's just simply not true, and that I'm valuable enough just the way I am, and that I'm actually sitting on the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and information from different fields that I've been part of, from marketing to graphic arts to web development to sciences to psychology to intimacy, relationships and psychology, to communications, to business, all of that. So I'm sitting on the big wealth of that information and those experiences, and that I could create something, like I already have all the pieces to create valuable package or product or system that I could start sharing with people. So instead of accumulating wealth, of trying to get more and more and more, cram more information, more expertise in, I'm now fully capable and valuable enough to start giving that to others. Like about 3 weeks later after the session, I knew exactly what it became crystal clear. I knew exactly what I was building. And I took one of the frameworks from psychology, one of the breakthrough frameworks of psychology that I've discovered, and another breakthrough framework from my intimacy, relationship, and sexology field. And I've combined it into a signature program. I knew exactly how it's going to work. I had all the pieces, and I tested that. So I've created a signature program, and I started testing it with pilot clients. And I think my first pilot client got literally few months after I started delivering that my signature program to my clients, and I've been doing that ever since for the last few months, and it's been creating some wonderful results. So I'm able to now, instead of collecting all of that information and trying to, in order to feel okay, in order to cope with not feeling valuable enough. Now I'm able to put that all behind, not be affected by that, and instead go forward knowing that I have all that value, that I've created it, that I have it, and give it to people. And I've been working with couples who love each other, who struggle with intimacy and sexuality, on helping them break through those barriers, help them have the relationship that they want. And like I said, I've been getting some really interesting results just because I was able to push through this, and just because I was finally saw that knowledge and value in me, and start feeling valuable enough. And so that's been really fantastic. So that was a big change. And as well as the emotions, instead of going through that roller coaster that I was saying, feeling okay and not okay about being valuable enough or not, I now just firmly know that I am valuable enough just the way I am, and I feel at peace about it, and I feel really good about it. And the way I now approach acquiring skills, going to workshops, taking education, is strategic as opposed to compulsive. I see where that education fits into what I'm trying to do, into the value I already have, and I judge whether it's going to be a good addition or not. And most of the times I now say no to this, to most of this, new trainings and new ideas, and say yes to only few things that then really would enhance what I'm trying to work on. And so it's been fantastic that way, that you now have that I now no longer compelled to hoard the trainings and hoard the certifications, and I could just be okay to be just the way I am. And that's really a wonderful feeling that relates to being valuable enough, and to knowing that I'm valuable enough just the way I am. I also want to take a couple of minutes and really thank Margaret Nagib from the bottom of my heart for conducting this session and for doing her work. She's a really tremendous, fantastic facilitator. It's really rare to find somebody who could create such a safe space for her clients. And she does that very, very so brilliantly, so that you could, she creates this safe container, safe space to start exploring your subconsciousness and your conscious mind, and to start processing and start dealing with the head trash. And it does feel safe throughout the whole process. It does feel like she's having you, she's holding your back, he's holding your back. And it's with empathy and respect, and it's really, really, really wonderful experience. If you haven't tried Sozo, I highly recommend it. And look no further than Margaret Nagib. She's brilliant and really well-trained facilitator, and the sessions, in my experience, are really wonderful and really, really good. They create a good like the atmosphere is good. You feel safe. You feel and you feel supported throughout the whole session. So thank you, Margaret, and thank you, Perry, for organizing this and for making this more available to people. And I hope people who are watching this video will take will decide to go for a session, or will decide to take 2, 3, 4 sessions, however many, and start dealing with their head trash. And hopefully there will be less head trash in the world, and more happy, energized people who believe in themselves, who believe in they're valuable just the way they're good enough, and valuable just the way they are. And so, thanks for giving me the opportunity to give this update. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach me, send me an email, look me up. It's solovetsky.com. And there's my email address there, and you could reach me if you want to ask me follow-up questions or what have you. I'd be happy to hear from you guys. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Perry, and have a great day.